Alright, in today's video we're going to be going through case, break, and switch statements in the C language. And we're going to start with using our common library studio.h. We might use another one later for another exercise, but for now we're going to stick with this one. And let's make a program that returns beginner, intermediate, or advanced, dependent on how many fish that you have caught. So let's start the program with printf, how many fish did you catch? And this is just gonna say it once we run the program, just for the sake of it. And then we're gonna input a variable, an integer variable that we respond to this statement with. Let's scan it and store it. Okay. In case when we use case statements in the C language, we always want to use a switch, which defines all the operators that are used in the case. So in this case, it's gonna be the X operator that we're gonna be defining. And then we can also make a while function while we're at it, so we don't have to open and close the program over and over again. Okay, so in case of we have caught one fish, it's gonna print out beginner and then break. Case of two, it's gonna print out intermediate and then break. And the reason we have a break is because if we wouldn't add a break over here, then this case 1 would only end over here. Okay? And then that means case 1 would return both beginner and intermediate. And if there's no break, it would just never break and it would return everything on everything, and that wouldn't be what we want, right? So that's why we add a break. And of course, break can be used in loops as well, just like it can be used in cases, so that it breaks a loop and won't keep going on forever. Let's just add the last case. Printf advanced. So what this program does is if you have caught one fish, it's gonna say beginner, and if you have caught two fish, it's gonna say intermediate, and if three, advanced. Let's try to run the program. What's the problem here? Oh yeah, we misspelled scan. There we go. One beginner, two intermediate, three advanced. So this is a quite simplified way to make to use the case and switch. So let's just try to upgrade this a little bit and make a little calculator. And as most of you know, you can't do 3 to the power of 2 in C. You can include a math library, math.h, and then you can type in pow 3 2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna define pow 3 2 as 3 to the power 2, so that we can type this in the command prompt that comes up. So let's include studio.h and include math.h. Okay. Um, let's get two variables. Let's do doubles, x and y. And then let's also do a char. Let's do O. We're gonna scan this, and we're gonna scan this pretty uniquely, because if you would type in any given integers, you would type in 2 to the power of y. So we're gonna do this in the same order. So percent %lf, percent %o, percent %c, and then percent %lf again, right? And then you want to store the value of x, store the value of o, and then store the value of y, and the scanf over there. Let's add a while to it, so we don't forget to later. Okay, and then let's add a switch. And the switch is made out of the operator that we're going to be using in the cases, which is this one. Okay, so in case of any symbol that looks like this, then do this. And let's make it rounded up to 2 decimals. So 0.2 LF does pow x y. And then we don't really have to, but let's just add break in case we want to add something over here. Now, of course, this already exists, but I'm just gonna just do it because why not? So in case any operator that looks like this, it's gonna do a multiplication, which of course this already exists, but we can just do it again. It doesn't really matter. And let's just see if we go to add our 0.2. So 0.2 LF backslash n. This will do x times y. Okay. Now let's try to run the program. And we see that 2 to the power of 2 returns 4 with 2 decimals, just as many as we have assigned to it over here in the 0.2. And if you look over here, we don't have to put 0.2 here. As long as we scan it as a double, this is going to give it, I think, like 6 decimals or 5. And we limit it over here. And yeah, this works as well, but this worked before as well. The only difference is that it now returns 2 decimals at the end of it because of this. So never forget your switch. This is the operator that is going to be used in the cases. So in this case, these are just characters. These are not, you can't be using these in mathematicals. I mean, you can because we have defined them, but just keep in mind that these are characters. And the while this is optional. You don't have to do this, but it's just for the program to keep going. And yeah, this is how you do the cases. And never forget your breaks. So I just forgot one of my breaks. You might as well always add them just so you don't forget them when you actually need them, even though we don't really need them over here. And that's that.